Welcome to Pima Lake. Pima Lake is a high desert lake fed by the waters of the Truckee River and has no outlet. It is a salt lake with a salinity 1/6 that of the ocean. It is home to the Cutthroat Trout and the Quagga, an endangered species endemic only to Pima Lake. Traditionally, both species are important to the culture of the Paiute people, so important that their tribe is known as the Kuyu Dakota, or people who eat Quagga. With the settlement of western Nevada and diversion of Truckee River waters, lake levels dropped dramatically. The cutthroat trout could not reach their spawning sites in the Truckee River watershed, and the original strain of trout died out by the early 1940s. The Quagga had poor success accessing the river to spawn and were declared endangered in 1963. Tribal hatchery programs beginning in the 1970s stocked cutthroat trout back into Pima Lake, restoring the fishery, and intensive management of the spring Quagga runs is restoring strong year classes of Quagga. In Nevada, current AIS threats are quagga and zebra mussels, and New Zealand mud snails, Asian clams, bullfrogs, among others. Quagga and zebra mussels are among the most destructive aquatic invasive species known. Native to Eurasia, the mussels are believed to have first arrived to the Great Lakes in the ballast water of ships and have since spread across the country. They are extremely effective filter feeders, which allows them to reduce the amount of phytoplankton available to other organisms and increase water clarity, altering the local aquatic food web and leading to potential decline of the threatened cutthroat trout and endangered Quagga. Mussels and other aquatic invasive species threaten recreation. Aquatic invasive species can clog motors, interfere with boating and fishing, damage agricultural facilities, degrade water quality, and cause safety hazards by covering rocks and shores with sharp shells. Aquatic invasive species cost the U.S. government billions of dollars every year just on management alone. They pose a threat economically to all bodies of water by threatening fishing, boating, and other recreational activities due to the aggressive nature of their infestation. Mussels have basal threads, which they use to attach themselves to hard surfaces underwater, including docks, boats, ropes, cement, pipes, even crayfish. Mussels form such dense colonies, they tend to clog up infrastructures, such as underwater intake pumps, like the ones Pima Lake Fishery uses for their fish rearing ponds. The maintenance cost to the Pima Lake fisheries would be unprecedented and negatively impact cutthroat trout populations. The state of Nevada estimates that the cost of maintenance for the lower Colorado River system's Bureau reclamation projects is $1 million annually. This estimate reflects infrastructure management at dam facilities to control quagga mussels. It is estimated that aquatic invasive species cost Americans $9 billion annually. Prior to coming to Pima Lake, boaters and anglers should make sure to familiarize themselves with the rules and regulations of Pima Lake. Make sure their boat and all of their equipment are clean, drained, and dried. Also, if your boat has been in an affected water body within the last 30 days, you must get a professional full decontamination before entering Pima Lake, even if there is no standing water visible in your watercraft. The Pima Lake Paiute tribe has an inspection and decontamination station located next to the highway in Sutcliffe on the way to the boat launch. It is always required to stop when the inspection station at Sutcliffe is open and operating. If the watercraft inspection and decontamination station is closed when passing through there are self-inspection forms at the boat launch that we ask you to complete.
My name is Justin. I'm an environmental technician with the Pima Lake Paiute Tribe. This is Aquatic Invasive Species Program. All right, so in 2007, quagga mussels were first discovered in Lake Mead. Since then, they've been found throughout the lower Colorado River system. They were also found in Lahontan Reservoir. They were found in Rye Patch. However, in Lahontan and Rye Patch, subsequent testing since then has then deemed both of those lakes to be uninfested. So those waters are not considered mussel waters at this time, but they did find hits for them initially. Since then, efforts have been jump-started throughout the state in different areas to prevent the spread of aquatic invasive species. Aquatic invasive species such as quagga mussels and zebra mussels can cling onto hard surfaces and survive out of water for up to 30 days. So if a boater comes from a mussel-infested water such as Lake Mead, does not get decontaminated, and then comes to Pyramid Lake, there's a high likelihood that they're bringing mussels with them. That is why we ask that you practice proper clean, drain, and dry between each water body you visit. Clean, drain, and dry for boaters is all about, it starts off with pulling your drain plugs, making sure all the water drains out, including live wells, bait wells, bilges, any compartments or lockers you have. Opening up the compartments and making sure that there's air getting inside so that everything could dry, and also removing any plant material, debris, or mud that could also harbor aquatic invasive species. So at home, what boaters can do is they can hose off their boats, take it through a car wash, spray off any mud, any plants, anything that's on there. You could lower your outdrive, let the water drain out, raise your outdrive, lower it again. Sometimes water gets kinked inside the hoses there, so lowering it and raising it really helps to let any water kind of flow out of there. And just, yeah, opening up all compartments. Some boaters have a hard time getting their boats completely dry. If you have something like a box fan with an extension cord and you could run your box fan inside of your compartments or your bilge, oftentimes that helps a lot to ensure that your boat gets completely dry. The best way for people to help prevent the spread of aquatic invasive species is by being responsible with your equipment. So making sure your stuff is clean, drain, and dry between each water body that you go to, particularly water bodies that are known to be infested. The Pyramid Lake Paiute Tribe is opening a Watercraft Inspection and Decontamination program. The program is designed to prevent the spread of aquatic invasive species from one water body to another. The inspections will consist of opening up all compartments, having the boaters lower their outdrive. The inspectors will be looking for any standing water, any plants, any mud, any conditions that could harbor aquatic invasive species. If conditions are found that could harbor aquatic invasive species, the boat will require professional decontamination, which will be available through the Pyramid Lake Paiute Tribe, or boaters will be required to properly clean, drain, and dry their boats and leave it dry for a sufficient amount of time before they're allowed to launch. At this time, there are no known aquatic invasive species inside Pyramid Lake proper, and it takes the cooperation of all visitors to our lake to keep it that way. We ask for your cooperation and your help in preventing the spread of aquatic invasive species to the waters of Pyramid Lake. Aquatic invasive species can be harmful to the ecology, the economy, and human health of an area. There's many different types of aquatic invasive species, ranging from large rodents such as nutria, to exotic fish such as plecostomus, to algae like didymo or rock snot. All of these invasive species do not have a place in the ecosystem. They oftentimes reproduce rapidly, have no natural predators, and are incredibly difficult to eradicate or kill. Pyramid Lake is sacred to the Paiute people, both culturally, spiritually, and the lake is also one of the #1 sources of income for the tribe.
Clean, drain, and dry applies to everyone. It is the responsibility of every visitor to Pyramid Lake to practice clean, drain, and dry to help preserve the unique ecological status, water quality, and beauty of Pyramid Lake. Our lake is sacred to us and is our main source of economic revenue. We all enjoy fishing, boating, and spending time at the lake. Help us to maintain its prosperity so it can continue to be a destination for serenity and recreational activities for many years to come. We thank you for taking time to view this video and educating yourself on aquatic invasive species and clean, drain, and dry. We want to do everything we can to keep our lake pristine. We need your help and cooperation to achieve that goal. We look forward to seeing all of you out on the lake.